party, right?
Pity party. My candle won't light.
Okay, my birthday is this month. I'm about to be 30 in exactly 30 days. So what more would I want to be than a Barbie from my youth?
Specifically, the 1994 and 1995 birthday Barbies. They got the confetti and they're all dramatic. What more could you want?
I've been working on it, and it's fine. Let me show you how we got to this point so far.
After buying the perfect confetti fabric, I went to my stash to use some old scraps that I had laying around, and I just tried to see if I had enough pieces to actually make the full dress, and it turns out I definitely did. So I started laying out all the pattern pieces to make sure everything would fit, and then I just started to cut everything out. Now I needed a base layer, and I had this old sheet remnant that I swear I've cut up like 20 million times. I eyeballed some skirt panels and I cut them out, and then I pinned them all together and sewed them up. I was feeling very brave, so I decided to cut into my very limited supply of this glitter fabric that I wanted for the outside of the dress. I continued with my eyeballing method and cut out all the panels for the skirt that I thought I wanted. Thought it'd be really fun and fit the vibe to have a blue petticoat peeking out from underneath the skirt. I went ahead and started ruffling all this blue netting that I had and fit it on the inside of the other two skirt layers I already made. At this point I had most of a dress, but something was just not meshing right.
So I still love the vibes, I still love the idea. I want to go less 80s, 90s than I thought I originally wanted to do. The issues that I started to see in the dress as I pushed through was that I didn't like how the skirt was laying. I felt like it was too long with too low a dropped waist. This underlayer I was using wasn't long enough to accommodate the entire skirt, which I did in my Valentine's Day dress, but it actually looked purposeful there. Here it just looks like I ran out of material. It's because I ran out of material. I want to hide that mistake, so I'm going to unpick the skirt, and then I'm going to re-put it back together, shorter, and then I still have fabric cut out and reserved for the sleeves, and I'm going to see what it looks like with the shorter skirt. Picture like a cute little Bridgerton-inspired silky dress, if you will. I'm just cutting shapes I like and putting them together, trying to match the idea of this dress from this Barbie, and obviously it's not working out so far. So let's see now, with some time between me and this dress already, if I can fix it.
This meant it was time for the handy dandy seam ripper.
Shing! Sparkle, sparkle. Okay, got all three pieces of the skirt disconnected, which means now I can kind of see how long one is compared to the other and really measure on myself how long I want it to be. I think I want it to stop about knee length, so when it fluffs out, it's like the cupcakeiest part is right here, which seemed to be the issue with how the skirt was having to gather. I now have the blue, I have the glitter, and I have the base. The base is the best part that we're gonna work with, I think, because I don't want to cut into the glitter until I am convinced I know exactly how long I want it to be, because I can't get any more of this. I bought all that the store had, and that store now is out of business, and they're never gonna get more of it, and I'll be sad. We're gonna work with this, the base layer, because this is not precious.
For anyone who wants to start sewing, I can never understress how valuable it is to have just an assortment of old sheets that you can use, because they're a large swath of fabric and they're just really easy to get a hold of. Someone is always trying to get rid of them, and they're just such an invaluable resource to have.
Sometimes it's really hard for me to get this sewing, the needle threaded on my machine or just like hand sewing, because I have this reputation for mutilating my fingers over the years in craft related accidents. A lot of them have left my fingers less than capable of feeling normal things. Like I'm putting the thread through and I'm trying to feel on the back end for it, but I can't because like I have previously cut my fingertip off and can't exactly feel it coming through on the other end anymore. Take proper precaution when using sharp objects. Okay, so skirt redone. I'm seeing how I was originally rushing with my cuts because a lot of them are very uneven. Now I'm trying to decide, do I still want to do my original plan with the sleeves where they kind of drape here, like off shoulder, or can tie up top? Or do I want like a full-on puffy sleeve moment? I'm thinking in this moment, no, I don't want a full-on puffy sleeve moment, but I think I do want to redo the bodice and not have it be teal. I want white. I'm gonna put the sleeves down because that was what I was gonna do next, but now I gotta go cut out the new bodice. All right, so we're looking for white silky fabric that I can use for this bodice because I do think I need it to be silky still. I'll come down to you, sorry. I do think I still need it to be silky in order to get the right idea. And I mean, I got all this satiny, nice fabric in here, this yellow and gold and red, and I'm like, I guess I'm gonna have to make a bell dress out of that. But I know white silky fabric. It's almost like I've used it already. I'm going to have to find something. Might go raid some of my pillows and see what my my pillowcase situation is. Okay, success. Woo! All right, we got one. One white, silky, not stained or ugly, king sized pillowcase. So I'm gonna cut out all the pieces and sew it back up, and I think I'm gonna like it better than the teal. Maybe I'll line it with the teal, but at least now I know I have the white silky. This will do better.
This project really was a great example of my creative audacity knowing literally no bounds. I mean, I kind of just eyeballed a new bodice based off the old one and didn't really pay attention to seams, didn't consider aligning, really didn't consider any real structure, just, a dream. And, this is really where we started to see the major issues with, eyeballing pattern pieces start to emerge.
I can't even, like, just cut it. That's a dip right there. And, like, there. The white part. What's wrong with me? Why do I do this?
Okay. Better. Still not exactly great, but you know what? If I was in a rush, I'd say that's fine. But we're not in a rush. So let's fix the rest of that.
And fix it I tried. I thought because none of my ends were really finished, I could just trim it up and that'd be fine.
So I just had a great idea because I'm sitting here and I'm like, God, it's so hard. I should have better hemmed this before I put it all together and ruffled it and set it into a skirt. And I'm like, how am I gonna fix this? And then I remembered, if I can just lay it flat enough but let it hang, I can, make the changes I need. But here's the thing, what do you pin it to? But then I just remembered, I have a curtain. Okay, so I have taken apart and rebuilt this dress for the third time. And I think we're finally at a point where I want him to do it for a fourth. I was not happy with the bodice still. I liked the color better. I didn't like the shape. The shape was doing something weird to me. It was too high, it was too much. I think I like it now. It's inside out, it's fitted, it's kind of where it needs to be. The skirt now I think it's at the length it needs to be for the amount of fabric that I have that is still intact. that isn't just a ball of scraps now. I've gone and made sure I can't undo it because I bound the end with some white ribbon. I got this spunky little sundress now. Everything's even now. Everything is as even as it can possibly be now. So this is even to the blue. The blue is even to the outer layer. The outer confetti layer is now even to this. So they're all at the same length now. Nothing's wonky. I don't know what was up with me this whole time until this moment where I just could not for the life of me cut a straight line. I think we're in a place now where I can actually finish this dress, and I think I can do it today. So I'm excited, and I'm gonna do my gosh darndest to not have to take this apart again. I mean, they say it in carpentry, and I think they say it in dressmaking too, where it's measure twice, cut once, and then be surprised. Oh no, why doesn't my dress fit right? It looks funky, it's odd. Lesson learned, do not rush, because you'll have to have a lot of troublesome alterations afterwards. So I'm gonna go check all my layers again, make sure they're all the same thing before I sew them together, because I'm tired of wasting thread.
Alrighty, we are okay. I'm happy with this. This is a good silhouette. It doesn't look ugly. A little cupcakey, but that's the point. It's a birthday dress. They're supposed to be cupcakey. And you can just see the blue peeking out at the bottom, which makes me very happy. I might sew it to the underskirt a little lower than maybe I would have before, but that's okay. That ribbon is definitely a good and important addition. Ooh, I'm getting excited about this. Yeah. And excited I was, but the excitement, it did not last.
All right. I'll admit it. I changed it again. I did. I changed it again. And you know what? I'm not sorry about it. Is this taking entirely too long? Am I making more careless mistakes? Yes. Does this sound familiar from a week ago? Yes. Also, yes. This is what we're doing. We're finishing it today. We're doing it today because I'm tired of working on it. Look at it. Look. It's close. It's so close. It's right there. You know what? And we're gonna finish it because I am out of excuses. I need to wear this. I need to take a picture in it and film a reveal, and then I get to wear it to my birthday. And not have an existential crisis about turning 30. What we're gonna do. What we've done again. I did finish the skirt last night. It is as good as it's gonna get. Now, it is uneven. How? I don't know. I've taken it apart like 12 times at this point. I don't know how it's still uneven. I don't need to know. That's none of my business. That's your business. That's not my business. I don't need to know what I did to mess up my own skirt. So it's a little uneven, so it's okay. What I'm gonna do is close up the back, close up each layer, and then I'm going to turn it, just boop. And so now the new back will be the low point. We work smarter, not harder, except this entire process, which has been harder because I've refused to do it properly. So after that, I need to take apart this bodice again. I need to take apart the bodice again because I cheated and did not, cut out the lining properly. I just eyeballed it. And you know what? Sometimes that works. Most of the time it does not.
This time we're just gonna do it right.
I know I keep saying that, but I mean it this time, for realsies. Jackie, tell them I tried. Tell them I tried to do my best. Well, this is a very chaotic check-in. I sound disturbed.
Disturbed or no, I was very committed at this point, so I just had to keep going because I really wanted this dress to work. I'd put so much time in, and you know what? I could see the end. I didn't know how I was going to get there, but I could see the end. I still need to address my blue petticoat and come to terms with the fact that I just didn't have enough fabric. So I pulled it all apart, I cut it down to just the ruffle, and I attached it to the bottom of the base layer skirt to give the faux look. Next up was ironing, because I know if I don't iron, someone in the comments will let me know and tell me, my girl, you would be so much better off if you just ironed that dang thing. I had a few extra bits and bobs to add, but by the end of the night, I was able to look at a completed dress.
All right, the dress is done. The sun is shining. I need an accessory. And what more does a birthday girl want than a little party hat?
This was such a last-minute decision to add this hat, so I literally grabbed some construction paper, fabric remnants, sticky glue, and... fabric glue. Does anyone even actually use fabric glue? I slapped some fabric on there, however it would stick, and stuck some tulle to it, made a little ruffle and a little pom-pom. Really didn't find it all that complicated. I really just stuck stuff to it with staples and glue and hoped for the best, and you know what? I feel like it came out okay.
She's done, and I am so happy with her. I wanted to look like 1994 birthday Barbie, and gosh darn it, I don't look like 1994 Barbie. But I do have the essence, I think. I got as close to the confetti kind of tulle as I could. I got the fun two-tone with the teal. I got a festive little hat. I'm content. I think this is very festive and fun for her birthday, even if not the original vision. She was a little rocky for 90% of it. Well, we made it through, and I really like her. She's a little snug, but that's okay. She fits the way she needs to, for the most part. I might make a few adjustments before I have to wear her for my actual birthday. She's just a vibe, and that's what we were all here for, you know, the vibes. I didn't even know what kind of cake this was. But anyway, I'm very happy with how she turned out. It's definitely something that you can't just buy somewhere. Very me, and it's funky and different and definitely dramatic. So I'm very about that. And you know what? I'm feeling better about aging. If you had fun, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot. Who knows what the algorithm's doing these days? We'll just hang out and have fun. How's that? Thanks for being here, and I'm excited to see you guys in the next one.
One more time. Jack. Woo. Woo. We're back. Aw, cute.